Well, hello there, and welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. So today, like you might have seen in the description, let me turn this down a little bit. I'm having a little bit of feedback. All right. Anyways, so today we're going to be taking a look at our fish farm just to kind of make sure that everything's good, and then we're going to be moving on to building a Slogo ranch. Let me adjust this here. Let me adjust the volume just a little bit. Okay, cool. So yeah, so let's take a look at this real quick. I think that's a good starting place. Actually, wait, maybe that was too much. Trying to find a good volume there. But anyway, okay, so here's what we have going on. And my problem right now is that I think some of this oxygen right here is getting deleted or something. I'm not sure what's going on because you'll see this tile right here just disappears and I don't know where it's going. So we have 150 grams here. Where's it going? It hangs out, and then it just disappears. It doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right to me. I think what we need to do is we're going to need to do something like this. Actually, wait. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Let's quit without saving. I forgot to put the cheats on. There we go. Now we can get back in there. Oopsies. Oh, you said my mouth isn't moving. There we go. Thanks. I appreciate that feedback very much. All right, here we go. So, like I said, I don't think that this is working correctly. No problem, Scraps said. Yeah, I think what we're going to need to do is to kind of do a little bit of a redesign here. Actually, I think I need to hit Control F4 and then do that. Yeah, okay. And do this. And I think what I'm going to do is just put two of these in here. Now, I know that's going to kind of change some things for us as far as like the size of this tank, but it's only a couple of these, and I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, so it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It's going to be okay. But I also think that like that kind of has me concerned. Is that happening over here as well? I don't think so. I think this is kind of just doing its thing. It's just kind of booping right over to there. Yeah, it's definitely booping like that. Okay, cool. Maybe it's just teleporting. I'm not sure. I'm really not. But either way, I just want to make sure that this thing is good to go before we move on. If you know what I mean. That seems like a lot of oxygen. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. Maybe that's the better option. Yeah, I think it's all coming out. It's just doing some weird waterfall-y stuff, if that makes sense. So I think this might be okay. I think it might be okay. You can do like that. Yeah, you see both of these little swirls. I think that means that we're getting two little waterfalls here as the oxygen comes up. It's a little wonky, but I think it's going to be okay. This is kind of interesting that these tiles have taken damage. Not good. Not good. Probably just do that just to make sure that they don't break. You know, it's important. All right, so I think we're going to call that done. I think this is pretty good. Other than that, I just wanted to make sure that the oxygen was coming off of it correctly. I mean, we do have the fish here. We might end up doing something with this, but this is a good proof of concept. I think it works great. This is a good starter tank. So we're going to be moving on. So today what I want to do is I want to start by sharing what I have with you guys. So let me pull this up for you. Oop, that's not it. That's the stream stuff. There we go. So this is this beautiful document that I produced late last night, in preparation for today's stream. It is on the Discord if anybody wants to take a look at it and make any comments or correct any of my calculations, or just generally be a nerd with me. So I invite you to do that. Again, if you want to look at the Discord, just type in !workshop and it should give you a link and you'll be able to look at this document as well, I think, depending on your rank. But anyway. So what we have here is I went ahead and I scraped all the information from the database and I just put some numbers together here. So I have 3 sections here for you, and I'm just going to briefly go over them just to kind of give you the lay of the land as we're getting into this. So I was approaching this Slogo farm as seriously as I could. Let me pull this over to the side so I can still see you guys in chat. Thanks for doing that. Not Scraps. But anyway, so yeah. Oh, nope. It didn't do that. Okay, well, whoops. It's still showing the wrong browser. I'm sorry, technical difficulties. But anyway, so yeah, so here's just the raw data that I scraped. The base Slogo production, each one will require 100 kilograms of salt per cycle, and its raw outputs are 50 kilograms of dirt, and this is all per cycle. 30 kilograms of mucin, and 10 kilograms of lime. Now, this lime isn't direct. It's from the Slogo shell or the malt. 10 kilograms of malt turns into 10 kilograms of lime when it's crushed in the crusher. So just for simplicity's sake, because we're not going to be using those malts for anything, at least not that I know of, I just directly converted it to lime. So therefore, we have this equation, and I don't know if any of you guys have taken any math or science, especially in college. Let me go ahead and pause that over there. These dupes are just kind of running around doing whatever they want. But this might look a little familiar. This is kind of like a chemical balancing equation balancing thingy, you know the words. Anyway, so you have the inputs and then you have the outputs on the right. It's kind of like a, yeah. Anyway, so I did a bunch of calculations. I'm not going to go through everything, but there's definitely some really interesting discoveries in this document, such as there's a 10% loss of mass in the conversion from the input to the outputs. So there's a 90% efficiency of mass conversion. And then I did some calculations. And so this is just kind of going through, okay, how much does everything produce? They produce, in doing all the numbers. And this is our conversion formulas for mucin to polluted water and slime. I went ahead and outlined all that stuff. So let's just skip that. That's in the weeds. That's some really technical data. Down here, what I did was I just did some calculations on the Slogo per cycle. So when in the process, mucin is combined with the Slogo's direct dirt. Now, this is assuming that we were going to not use the mucin for anything else other than to turn it into dirt and steam. This would be the outputs. Final output equation is here. Oh, let me see what we got going on over here. And actually, you know what I'll do? Let me just pull this document over to the side. There we go. That works. That's way better. Looks like we got a little bit of bot spam there. Sorry about that. Anyways, this is a conversion check. We're still sitting at 90% efficiency. That's just a sanity check, really. Again, I just restated that. So anyway, let's go ahead and start looking towards the 8 Slogo ranch, because each Slogo takes 12 tiles, and the maximum ranch size is 96. So 96 divided by 12 is going to be 8. So I just multiplied all of our figures by 8 and came up with basically the raw output at 100% efficiency. So the ranch produces 720 kilograms of usable raw output and loses 80 kilograms of mass per cycle. That's from the salt to the outputs. But we're getting lime, we're getting mucin, and we're getting dirt. Now, the first thing that stood out to me here is the dirt and the mucin. You can use those to make mush bars. So just to be cheeky, I was like, you know what? We're going to skip some of these numbers out. Like I said, you guys can go find this on the Discord. I decided, you know what? What if we were to optimize this resource chain for food via the fried mush bar? So here I broke down the math on what it is required for the fried mush bar. This obviously doesn't include the dupe labor to make the mush bar and to fry it, but the end result would be a little over 1,000 calories, which will support 1 duplicate per cycle. And what we did learn here is in this production line, if we were optimizing for food, our bottleneck is going to be the mucin. Because you can see up here, it's 75 of each. And we produce 50 kilograms of dirt and 30 kilograms of mucin. So that means that the mucin is going to be our bottleneck. So I came down here and I did some more calculations. I know, I can already hear you guys screaming at me. Oh my God, so much math. But anyway, we can skip all this and come down here to the juicy numbers. And so the exact Slogo is required for duplicants. And this is assuming that we are optimizing to feed our colony off of the mucin and the dirt. And so what I came up with is that this is a calculation for the fried mush bar. So we're kind of working backwards from what each of these would produce. And if you come down here, let me look through my document here a second. So basically what it comes down to is 3 Slogos can reliably feed 1 duplicate. It's a little bit over. It can feed like, I think it's like 3 point something. Where's my number at? Oh, where's it at? 1.43. I'm sorry. Wait. Now I'm looking like I'm stupid. Because mucin is the limiting ingredient, 2.38 continuously productive Slogos are required per duplicate. Okay? So essentially 3. It's 2.38. That's the number I was looking for. My eyes were going all over the place. It's been a long day. I'm sorry. But anyway, so we're basically looking about 3 per duplicate. So this is going to be and there's obviously going to be a little bit of extra food there but that'll make sure that even if they're not 100% efficiency, because let's be honest, most systems aren't 100% efficient. There's always some kind of efficiency loss. So accounting for that, we're going to say 3 even. So I've done some different calculations here, and this is broke down in a couple of different ways. I'll let you guys kind of go through this. So essentially, you know, those are just deriving the per Slogo numbers. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Down here at the 8 Slogo ranch optimized for food, we're going to get 400 kilograms of dirt, 240 kilograms of mucin, 80 kilograms of lime per cycle per farm. So maximum fried mush bar production is going to be 3.2 fried mush bars per cycle. So that's going to support a little over 3 duplicants. So each farm is going to roughly support 3 duplicants. That's actually where I was confused earlier. We were looking at the per Slogo. I was actually thinking of the per farm, per 8 Slogo ranch. But yeah, so, and the great thing is this is going to put off more dirt than mucin, so it's going to be dirt positive. So the great thing is that we each ranch, we can safely and comfortably feed 3 dupes with fried mush bars, and we'll also have right here 160 kilograms of surplus dirt per cycle, and that's not including the lime that we're going to get from crushing the shells. So this is actually not a bad setup. I mean, mush bars aren't the greatest food, but I was also having a little thought to myself. I was thinking, I was like, you know what would be really cheeky is if I set up some type of infinite resource chain where we use Slogos to make mush bars and made it infinitely sustainable. And the idea I came up with is that you could use a saltwater or a brine geyser. I think brine has the best conversion to salt, but I'm not sure how many Slogos that would feed. It might not be enough. It probably isn't enough, but that may be something we'll go back to in the future, just for funsies, not scrap with the chat, brat chat. But anyway, so then my last one here, and I'm not going to go through all of this because we may or may not get to this tonight, but then I thought, well, you know what? Nobody really wants to stay on, mush bars forever. So how would we optimize this resource chain, optimizing for all of the basic outputs that we can do? And the mucin can be turned into a couple of things. And when it's heated up, both of those things are heated up. They get turned into dirt and steam. So here are all the calculations for that. I'm not going to run through line by line, but basically we can come down to here. This is just proving what we've already pretty much derived before mathematically. And it's just showing you all the outputs, the final outputs of an 8 Slogo ranch. The input would be 800 kilograms of salt. The output is 473.68 kilograms of dirt. Now, this is obviously assuming 100% efficiency, no downtimes. And then 166.32 kilograms of steam and 80 kilograms of lime. Now, I'm not sure exactly what we can do with the steam yet. We might be able to put it into like a rain room and turn it into water and oxygen. I think that might actually be something interesting. Oh, actually, no, steam turns it just back into water. That's right. So we could actually do some reverse osmosis or something like that, or whatever they call it, to turn this into usable water in like a rain room or something. And then this will obviously be really handy for making steel. And then also, maybe we can find a use for this dirt. I think Rogax will probably help us out with that later. But anyway, so yeah, this document is pretty technical, pretty in-depth. I highly recommend that if you have access to the workshop, or that you go over there and you check it out if this is something that, that interests you. But anyway, so this is our final analysis, our primary findings. Our primary findings are that mucin is the limiting resource when the production chain is optimized for fried mush bars. And we also found out that 3 continuously productive Slogos can feed 1 standard duplicate with approximately 20% food production headroom. Okay? And at maximum food production, 3 Slogos can produce 60 kilograms of surplus dirt and 30 kilograms of lime per cycle. So, this is kind of not a really relevant number because I don't think we're ever going to be doing 3 duplicates, but this is we just mentioned this in our findings because of the fact that we were talking about 3 dupes per duplicate. So, anyways, all right, yeah, so here's some final numbers for you and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm probably going to reference this document a couple of times, but for right now, I think we're good. Let me go ahead up here. Let me switch over to, where are we at? Give me 1 second here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this document off the screen for now. Gonna reintegrate my chat here so I can see you guys. And then we'll come over here and we'll start trying to build something, okay? So, you know, now we've done all this talking and now we're ready for some action. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is we're gonna want to build our room, and it's gonna need to be a stable. And like I said, the maximum size is 96. We're gonna try to pack 8 of these guys in. 8 times 12. Each one of them needs 12 tiles of space. 8 times 12 is 96. So we're about to put 8 into a 96 tile room. Now, I'm not sure how these Slogos react. And matter of fact, I may need to grab one before we get started. I'm not sure if I have any around. I hope I do. Be nice if I did, right? Or maybe I can hit my delete here. Get my cheaty cheats on. Maybe I can find one. Oh, where are you? I'm not seeing any of them. Oh, this might be a problem. I don't have any copied, so I'm going to have to find one before we can spawn them. I may have to load a different save with the cheaty cheats and then copy them. I think we might have to. I'm not seeing any Slogos. I see some Drecos. Wow. I didn't know they had Drecos in here. Ooh, what's this? That's interesting. There's a polluted brine vent. Okay, and there's another one. Oh, so these are the brine vents. So, yeah, what I was talking about there with the infinite loop, I mean, technically we could probably do that with this. I'm sure this probably has a better use. I know that the extra wide farm tiles with the flue coral, they need salt water. I don't think they'll take the brine. Nah. Wonder if we could look at this inside of the... Okay. Yeah. Now, see, desalinating the water, actually, that's actually a pretty good idea. Desalinating maybe the brine. I wonder if that'd give us more. So desalinating that gives us a lot of water and 210 of that. Let's see if we have brine. Let's go with brine. Can it be desalinated? Brine? Oh, it gives even more salt. Yeah. Oh, that is nice. That is actually very nice. See, one desalinator would be enough to supply the colony with plenty of water and also enough salt to at least comfortably run one of these ranches. That's interesting. Okay. So I think what I want to do is, honestly, I may just copy this ranch. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. The only difference that I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to change the floor here. That's probably going to be the thing that we change. So I guess we can actually go ahead and do that somewhere. Or better yet, we could just clear these guys out, clear the floor, and then just put them in here. And then we'll probably put salt in here. I'm guessing you can do that. I'm guessing you can put salt in here. Come on, get off my screen. Get off my screen. Hurry. All right, let's mop this up. Start with that. And then maybe we'll clear the floor. Yeah, we should probably do that. You know what we can do? We can take this. We'll copy it over here somewhere. How about that? Let's see here. We'll do it right here. So delete. Let's go to base game. Hatch Ranch V1. Did I get a different one? I don't think I did. Okay. Let's go ahead and just paste this somewhere. I think what we'll do is we'll paste it right here. I don't like that it's that big though. Yikes. Okay, well, let's do this. All right. Yeah, let's select none. Clear selection. And then we'll delete. Destroy. Yeah, we don't want that there. Okay. So can we put Slogos in this? Let me see. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let me let me set this up real quick so they can get over there. How about that? I actually don't even know if I want that there. I think we might just destroy that. And then we'll destroy all of that. All right, let's go ahead and repaste that thing. Get out of here, bot. You're banned. What's going on with my phone? Okay, there we go. Anyways, let's go ahead and... Oh, we already have a copy of that ranch over here. Oh, okay. So now all we got to do is just make a little pipe that comes over there. Okay, well, that's good. Let me go ahead and get rid of that and get rid of this. And we'll copy this over here. I just want to set up a place for them to land. And then we'll give him a pipe to get over there. Ah! There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. Actually, I don't want that. Ah! Give me the darn wire, man. I just want the wire. I don't want anything else. There we go. Wait, what? There you go. All right, let's see if we can... No, this isn't going to work right here. I forgot. I didn't update this one. We're going to have to go back and redo some of the wiring on this at some point, but... Let's see where our duplicates are. Where are you guys at? All right, vitals. Okay, Liam, there's you. There he is. You're taking a dump. Now, I want you over here, bud. Yeah, come over there. I just need you to reveal all this for us. All right. No. Okay. Jim Carrey, what are you doing? You're always trying to be a funny guy, huh? All right, get over there so we can uncover all of this mess. Okay, there we go. Cool. Now let's see if we can put Slogos in here. I don't even know. Can we put Slogos in here? Slogos, where are we at? Go, beacon, jawbone. Ah, there we go. Slogo eggs. Now, I think the first thing that we'll do is we'll put Slogos like salt, right? Oh, can we not feed them? Let's see here. Slogos, they're probably going to be towards the bottom. Nope. Okay, well, you can't just feed them? How are you supposed to feed them then? Well, that's interesting. Does anybody have any information there? How do you feed the Slogos? Are we not able to feed them with the critter feeder? Or do we just have to drop salt on the ground and let them eat it that way? I guess we could figure that out, right? Let's go to the Slogo. Slogo? Consume salt and excrete dirt. Yeah, we already know that. So they eat salt. The question is, where can we put the salt? We're not worried about the Gilgo. At least not yet. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to deliver the salt. So, mouth's still not moving? Yeah, I think we're having some issues here. You can still hear me though, right? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay, I see what happened. Is this better? No? Hello? I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me shut her down and restart her. It's always something, I'm sure. All right. There we go. That's better. It's working for now. Maybe my computer just can't handle this. That's probably what it is. I appreciate you, yeah, it's just a tuber. I appreciate you bringing my attention to it. Thank you very much. But anyway, so I think what we'll do is, let me go ahead and figure this out. Ani, I'm just going to do like a web search. I know you can't see me doing this. Ani, how to feed Slogo. Yes, I'm that basic. Oh, it looks like somebody actually has a video here. Maybe we can check this out. Oh, it's Arissa Gaming. What do you know? Matter of fact, let me share this with you guys. This is what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at... Let me get you full screen here. Yeah, I'm looking at this, and I think... Let's see what he's talking about. Using his viscous, normal slow in, dropper animation. I'm kind of curious what he's doing. So it looks like... I'm going to turn it down and just put on the closed captions so we can check this out. So it looks like he's using a duplicate sensor for the light. That's for this. What else is he doing? Big shout out to Arissa Gaming. I watch him as well. You guys should go check him out. He's pretty cool. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, so he's got a bunch of craziness going on over here. I'm trying to figure out, so they're eating off of this. Where are they getting their... Oh, so they are putting it into those. Why was it not showing it for me? That's interesting. Okay, well, I think that definitely answers some questions for me. I don't want to sit here and watch what he's doing because I don't want to risk copying some of his work. I just wanted to see the mechanic of this sweeper is pulling from a receptacle and it's putting into a critter feeder, and apparently they're eating it. So I'm trying to figure out why it's not working on my end. Let me look at this real quick. All right, so where are we at? Maybe this is just, I don't know what's going on. Let's see here. Slogo? Maybe we'll try Slogo. Nope. Salt. That's interesting. Why can I not? We don't want anything in here. Oh, come on, bro. Don't do me like that. We don't want anything for hatches. Oak shells. We don't want any of this stuff. No. We don't want any of this. I don't see it. Why am I not able to? Maybe there's something I'm missing here. Is there a different critter feeder? I mean, am I going crazy? I mean, this is the aquatic DLC, and all the DLCs are enabled, so I'm not sure why it's not letting me. Not Scrub said, I told all my friends to check out your live. Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully this is the kind of game that they're into. Otherwise, I'd hate them to send them here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I can't put salt in here. Let me see here. Igneous. No, you can't search it that way, can you? Yeah, you can. I guess. Okay. I mean, what would you call it? It should be called sand. Or salt, I mean, sorry, salt. Salt, salt, salt. I don't understand why I can't put this in here. Well, okay, let's just do this. Let's just start with this. We'll start on our shipping. Oh, we have no shipping rails? Yikes, this thing's bare bones. Well, I guess I need to fix that first. Okay, we can do that. So what we're gonna want is we're gonna want this one coming into here. We're gonna want this one dropping all of these eggs off. We're gonna jump over this and we're gonna hit all of these receptacles. We could actually put those receptacles over here, but I guess, yeah, it is what it is. I guess it's a matter of personal preference. I mean, why not, right? Yeah, why not? We'll move them around. Actually, you know what? I remember why I did that now, because I like that this is all stacked in one stack. Let's go ahead and deconstruct these though. I want them to be empty. Maybe this is some kind of weird behavior from copy pasting. I don't know. We finna find out. Let's go ahead and put these back in here. I mean, I guess I could just rotate them this way. Yeah, that could work too. We'll deconstruct all of these. Get back to here. And now I think, oh, I forgot one, didn't I? Deconstruct. And now let's go back to our critter feeders. Aquatic critter fountain. What is this for? Bracking to aquatic critters? No, we don't need that. Critter fountain, I know what that's for. We're just trying to start with a bare bones ranch, at least for now. So critter feeder, I mean, I guess we'll try it again. I'm not sure what will go. Okay. Oh, it's because we haven't found the Slogo yet, I bet. Oh, wait. Did I just see it? No, smooth. I thought I saw smooth. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and we'll save and quit. We'll go to main menu, save and quit. Let me go ahead and grab a Slogo. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Load game. Let's go to our Manic Monday. I'm pretty sure we have some Slogos laying around somewhere from when we played the other day. Just a little blast from the past here. Wait a minute. Did we cycle 34? Is that all the farther we made it on Manic Monday? I don't remember. So much playing. It's been a lot of fun though. Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, let's find a Slogo real quick, and then we should be able to copy him and then paste him in our other playthrough. The question is, where? Where, oh where can we find the Slogo? I see Mucin. Oh, there's one. He's a baby. Do we have an adult somewhere? I mean, babies are okay, but I was kind of preferring an adult. Let's see. That may be our guy. I think it is. Yep, I think it is. We killed those ones. Yep, that's our guy. Okay, well, here we go. Maybe we can get him to... We'll mop. That way we don't grab him. We'll dig out that back tile. And then we'll sweep it off. We just want the Slogo. Actually, wait. Sweep. No, that's not going to work. You know what? It's okay if we grab the... All right. Baby Slogo. And then we'll save this. Is he there? Oh, Bobby Slogo? Okay, well, you know. Whatever. We got it. Let's make sure it works before we head back over to our other playthrough. Yep, it works. Not only does it give us a Slogo, but it gives us a little bit of salt too, so that works. That works. All right, let's get out of here. Main menu. Exit without saving. All right, we're back. All right, so I think the first thing we'll do here is we'll sweep the floors. Now what we'll do is we will get rid of this. Do we have everything on? Okay, yeah, we do. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to make these floors to where the mucin will fall through. Just like that. We'll do that as well. That way if there's any of them up here, all of it will fall out of the farm. Then we'll do something like this. I think that's pretty simple. Now I don't know how we're going to do this. We'll just set this trap up for now. But this is where we're going to collect our mucin, and we have enough space here to add a pump or a couple of pumps if we really needed to. I don't think we're going to need more than one. If we think about it, if each one of these guys puts off 240 kilograms, or no, each farm, that's still less than 1 ton a cycle. And I don't think that this pump is going to have any problem with that. So I think one will be fine. In the meantime, let's go ahead and make sure that the power and everything's on here. We're going to want salt to go in here. Wait, what? Have I not discovered salt? Maybe that's why it's not showing. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, well, let's do that then. This needs to be above 7. This one should be below 8. Below 8? Yeah. And we don't want to count... No, we definitely don't want to count eggs. And the eggs will be put into here. And now we should be able to put salt in here, I would think, because now we've discovered it, right? There it is. That's what we were looking for. Very nice. Very nice. Actually, we need to copy this. I was wondering what was going on there. That was some weird stuff, but I guess it is what it is. Let's go ahead and put salt on here. Actually, no. We want the eggs. Logo. We want meat. We're also going to want the, what is it, a shell? No, it's called something else. Husk? No. Oh, what is it called? Molt. We haven't seen it yet. That's okay. But that's what we'll want in here. As soon as the molts start arriving, we'll want to put that in there as well. And then what we'll do is we'll come up here and we'll do salt. And this is going to be for meat and for the shells, but we don't have those yet. What else do we need? Okay, so the eggs are going to come here. These things are going to drop dirt. Oh, yeah, that's right. We need to put dirt on here. Dirt. The mucin is going to fall. This needs to have dirt. El dirte. Because like we said, they're going to put off the shell malt, the dirt, and the mucin. The mucin is going to come down here. The dirt's going to come up here and go out of the farm. And then so are the malts. They're going to go out of the farm, go through here, and then go off. Matter of fact, this is our positive resource output, meaning meat and shells and dirt. Those are all the positive things that are coming off this farm. We need a bridge here. And I think that should take care of everything. We'll find out here in a second. So now, let's see what the electricity looks like. I say, well, that's interesting. Why is that not putting it in there? I'm just going to put this on a priority of 1 and put this on a priority of 2. It should take from here and put to there, but I guess we'll see here in a minute. We don't need any priority here, really. Actually, we could do this as a priority 2, just to say that we want to get stuff out of here faster than... Actually, no, we don't want to do that. We'd rather do it the other way around. This feeding takes priority over removal. Matter of fact, I should probably sweep this floor again, huh? Clear the floor. And we're not going to need water on this one, because we're not trying to drown him. Or maybe we are. I don't know. Let's see what happens. He's still a baby, so he's not gonna do much. At least not right now. He's gonna have to grow up. But I'll tell you what we will do. We will clear selection, select him, and then save as baby Slogo. Let's get the name right this time, guys. There we go. All right, I'm going to get rid of this for now. I don't think these things are going to crawl up top. That's the only thing. Yeah, this is a problem. We don't have our doors set up correctly. This is probably going to be a bit of a chore to get correct. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on here. Copy paste doesn't quite work right. And then we'll clear the floor one more time. We'll see if he'll come over to this again now. We're going to have to set the door logic back up. I'm going to have to look at the overlays I had for that last one to see if I can fix this. Let me see here. Open. Should close on him? Yeah, it looks like the logic on all this is a little jacked right now. Oh, they're all set to 1. Oh, that's not good. Well, no wonder. This thing doesn't pace very well. It appears that it doesn't retain the settings when it's pasted, and the ribbons don't come out right either. That's interesting. Clay, if you're watching, you have a bug. Let's fix it. Not Scrap says, is this like creative mode? Yes, it is. This is creative mode. All right. I'm definitely gonna have to sort this out. This is not okay. Let me see if I can whip up these overlays real quick. Just give me 1 second here, guys. I'm tabbed out right now looking for screenshots of what we did last week. Matter of fact, you know what I can do? I can just go to Twitch. Hopefully you guys don't get too much noise here. And what I'll do, actually, no. Let me go to, I will look at my own archive. How about that? I'm going to go to YouTube and look at my channel archive. All right, let me go to, where was it? It was actually a while ago, wasn't it? It was when we did playlists. It was definitely a wind down Wednesday. I remember that much. Okay, yeah, I'm on the right one. All right, cool. I'll share what I'm doing with you guys. I'm watching my own content. I'm going back to try to look at our overlay here. There it is. There's the juicy stuff. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that we get this right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to close everything just so we have plenty of room on the screen to copy this. All right, so it looks like what we need to do is, hopefully this is big enough. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. I'm just going to do that. We need to grab a couple more of the writers. And I think those are going to go right below here. We're going to get rid of this. And we'll hit delete. I need to clear this floor. All right, get out of there. We need one more up here. Oh no, I think this one was up one. Was it? No, it was right there. Okay. These are set back one. Okay, that's the problem. Let's go ahead and get this correct. This is 4, 2, 1. What else do we have? This one is going to connect. Oh, yeah. We can get rid of this one, right? Yeah, we can. Deconstruct. How much water is here? Oh, it's still... All right, that's cool. It's still full. I'm guessing we should probably do that. Let's go ahead and delete some stuff here. Clear the floor. All right. Boom. He got delivered. Did you see that? Heck yeah. That's what we're looking for. Clear floor. Let's clear some more floors here. That's already yeah. Okay. Let's do this. So this one's going to feed into here. This one's going to feed into here. This one's going to go straight to that door. This one's going to come across, which means that this one is bye-bye. And I think this one's going to come... Wait. Something's not right here. Oh, I see. We're one tile off. Okay. Oh, okay. Like that. It's going to be a bridge there. No, we need a... Do we need a reader or a writer? Here. Let's go ahead and put our ribbon on. Now, this is some stuff that I designed a couple of Wednesdays ago. This is for... our thing here. Let me look at the trap. Yep. Okay, we're still good. All right, let's look at our stuff here. This is supposed to be 2. I think this is 4. And we'll get to the rest of these. This one's 1. This one's 3. This one's 2. This one's 3. I think this one's 4. Yeah, it looks like we got the rest of this wired correctly. Let me put it where you guys can see what I'm doing. So, okay, let's see here. Over, up. This one comes across and goes around. This one goes straight through. Oh, this is 4, huh? This is 2. I'm wondering if I did like a grand overlay thing there. Yep, okay, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think that's gonna be good. We'll see what's going on the other side over here. No, we need to see the other side. So it is 4. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. Now I'm thinking this is 3. This is 2. 3, 4, 2. Okay, yeah, so this makes sense. We have an input for every output. 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. I think this is gonna make it work. I could be wrong, but we're gonna find out. Let's do one more sweep just because that annoys me. Clean the floor. All right, let's spawn some stuff. Baby Slogo. Actually, that's not gonna work. There we go. Why is this not working? We definitely need duplicates. I mean, not duplicates. We definitely need... Okay, so did this thing keep... No, we don't want to count eggs. Oh, so all these sensors just wigged out too, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. That means I need to go to my other YouTube channel. And let me turn this off for just a second. I'm getting to the overlays on my video here. I'll bring you back into the fold here. There we go. This is the original hatch design. What I want to do is I just want to look at some of the overlays. Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay, critter sensor 1 needs to be set. A is set to critters only above 0. B is set to critters only above 0 as well. This one's above 1. I don't think this is really going to be an issue. We actually might be able to simplify some of this. Wait. What just happened? Did we do this correctly? Above 0. This is kind of complicated, so give me a second to kind of parse this, guys. All right, so 1 is above critters only above 0. 2 is critters only above 0. So this one's sending the correct signal. 432-131. 432. Yes. Actually, wait. Were we supposed to do... Oh, there's a second NOT gate. Okay, well that would make sense. Not. Put that there. Four. Now, I'm thinking that this is going to fix this, but we'll see here in a second. Maybe not. Oh, well, that door is not hooked up. That's a problem. We need to get bit 3 to this door. Okay. The question is, how can we get bit 3 over there? I think I know how. I think what we can do is we can actually move this down, like so. I'll do this. Grab one of these. Oh, and another one. I know this looks really terrible. It actually is kind of tight. No, actually, you know what? I take that back. It doesn't look terrible at all. This actually got to be a little bit tighter than I thought. I thought I was going to come down here and come around and go up, but I didn't realize that I could just hop. Okay, there we go. So we figured it out. Hooray! All right, so here, no, I want the NOT gate. Bring the NOT gate down 1. Get rid of this one. Actually, I shouldn't have done that, huh? Do like that. Like this. One more here. Wait. That's going to come off a bit 3. What am I doing? There we go. Right? No, that ain't right. Let's see what I did. Actually, should work. That's actually good. I like that a lot. That should work. Okay, so what's going to happen? As you can already see, this is a green signal now. So this is... So why is this not a green... Oh, okay. I didn't finish hooking it up. That's why. Ah, there we go. And when they go in the door, it should open this door, if I'm not mistaken. Let's wait for him to go in. Once he goes in the door, the bottom door should open. Look at you go. Oh, look at you go. That's what I'm talking about. Lovely. All right, let's go ahead and let's scrape some screenshots here. Yeah, let's grab that. We want to keep that one. Okay, cool. So now we have a bunch of Slogos, and I think what we'll do is we'll let them mature, and then we will grab one of them once they mature, and then we'll start copying them. So we're just going to take this for a second. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this over here because we don't need that anymore. Let me get back over here to chat. Kind of quiet tonight. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. It was actually a pretty good Wednesday for me. It was a long day at work, but it was a good day at work. I was really excited to get home and to work on this. I stayed up pretty late last night. Excuse me. Swallowed water the wrong way. I stayed up pretty late last night working on those calculations in that document that I showed you guys. I'm super proud of that. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on that, and I was really excited to actually implement it because, you know, for me, I love doing the theory part of it and the numbers, but it just gets me excited. It's almost, how can I say this? It's almost the prelude to the actual fun, which is the building part. You know what I mean? The numbers are the empirical and you know, numerical proof. And then this is where, you know, we actually make something cool. But anyway, I digress. We're going to let this run. Like I said, I should probably stop pausing the game and just let it run. We'll just let those guys mature. I'm not sure how many cycles it takes for them to mature. Critter's lifespan, 25. Doesn't say anything about the babes. I know with the other ones, actually, you know what? Maybe we can just click on them and we can figure out. I'm guessing it's like 2 or 3 cycles. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Do we have food? I don't know. Looks like we do. Let's go ahead and add another duplicate to our colony. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Choose a duplicate. Okay. Animal lover? I'm good with that. We can do that. Come on in here. Come on, Meep. Get on the schedule. Put you down here, Meep. Meep. That reminds me of this game from Roblox back in the day. What was it called? Meep City? I used to play it with my daughter. She used to love those kind of games. I think that was the one where you got to have a house and you could have people over and do the parties and stuff. I don't know. My favorite was the little pizza game where you deliver pizzas and you could either take orders, you could make pizzas, you could be the manager, you could be delivery driver. And you'd earn money. I can't remember what the game was called, but you'd earn money and then you could like decorate your house and stuff. We used to, yeah, ew, Roblox, right? Hey, what's up, Rogax? How's it going? I pulled you out of lurk mode. Yeah. I mean, I played it with my kid, you know what I mean? Especially now knowing what I know about Roblox, it's like, yikes. I'm glad I did. But anyway, yeah, we used to just be funny, and I would park like the delivery vehicles in the doors and try to block everybody. I was always the troll. It was fun. Anyway, we're kind of letting this Rogax, I'm sure you heard, we're kind of letting this spool up. I'm trying to get an adult Slogo so we can kind of do this. Rogax says, just join Boys Grumpy Pants. Oh man, I'll hate that. I hope that's the music. I think it is the music. Anyway, yeah, so what we have here is what I've realized is that this ranch design may actually work for this. We went over some empirical data right here. I can show you. You should have access to this on the Discord. I did an actual write-up in the engineering channel today on the Slogos, and there's 3 different sections to this document. We kind of covered it in the beginning of the stream, but you're more than welcome to go over there and peruse it at your leisure, good sir. There's a lot of good data in here. You can check my figures, nerd out on it all you want, maybe leave me a comment. But yeah, this is kind of what we outlined here. We were talking about the 8 Slogo ranch, how it's dirt positive, and I talked about how if we optimize it for food, what the numbers would be, and then also I did the raw numbers for if we were just optimizing for the resource chain. And the conclusions that we came to, just to give you the TLDR, is that mucin is the limiting resource when the production chain is optimized for fried moosh bars. I think we probably already knew that. And it takes a little less than 3 continuously productive Slogos to feed 1 standard duplicate. And that would give us 26% food production headroom. And if that's assuming that they were constantly productive Slogos. And then here's our raw numbers. I didn't put the malts here. I just converted them straight to lime because that's all essentially what we're going to do anyway. I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's any, use for the malts, but anyway, that's where we are. Go check that document out if you want to. It's over on the Discord. Rogax said, they eat a ton of salt, but my word, do they molt? Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, oh, this is exactly what they're wanting us to do. Ooh, do we get an adult yet? No, they're still babies. I'm on max speed still, yes. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking it's going to be great for steel. And the dirt. I'm sure we can find a use for the dirt. And I was also thinking, I was like, well, let me see here. How could we possibly sustain this infinitely? And then so I started thinking, I'm like, well, we do have polluted brine vents. And brine vents actually throw off a ton of brine. And if you look at brine in the database, right? If you put that through your desalinator, it produces not only pure water, but also enough salt to comfortably sustain one of these ranches. Because you figure I have 8 Slogos, each one of them takes 100 kilograms a cycle. That's 800. You're still going to be positive off of 1 desalinator. And you're going to have a ton of water. So I was considering that to be like an infinite loop of sorts. Just kind of, for funsies. Rogax said, mealwood for Paku. Okay. Yeah, because the dirt the dirt fertilizes the mealwood tile, correct? I'm not sure what the rate is, but we could definitely calculate, or, you know, do some numbers on that at some point. But anyway, so this is what we have. Like I said, I'm trying to get one of these in an adult so I can copy it. Matter of fact, maybe I could just go over to another save and do that, but we'll give this a couple of seconds. I'm not sure how many cycles it takes for them to become adults. Is it 3? Rogak said polluted brine would be better for the pin pokey. What's the pin pokey? Am I missing? Is there yet another something in here? Pin pokey? Pin pocket. Ah, aquatic plant. You see, you're exposing me to new things here. The pin pocket. Aquatic plant inside a pin pot cluster prized by marine cuisine gourmands. Oh, so this is a food source of sorts. Pin pokey. What do we use that for? Look at this. Oh, you can make it into sushi to make uni. And I'm guessing uni might be one of those ingredients in something bigger. No? But uni's actually a decent food, though. Oh, wow. Oh, you can crush it into diamond. Oh, now that is an interesting resource chain. Okay, that's something we could definitely look at. So I'd have to kind of pivot on that. Let's consider that while we're trying to get this set up. I actually wanted to show you guys a little something. I want to peel back the curtain here, as it were, and I want to show you guys a little something that I was working on. I just want to show you. I literally keep a journal or a notebook for this type of stuff, and I just want to share that with you guys real quick. So let me do that. There you go. Here's some of my calculations. Look at all that lovely, lovely chicken scratch. Don't mind that Japanese at the top. That's just me practicing Japanese and my little to-do list here over on the right. But this is where I started last night when I was kind of running some numbers. Some of these numbers are incorrect. I had to go back and actually correct them because they didn't pass the sanity check in the equation balancing. But anyway, yeah, this is what we were working with. And here's the second page of that. This is me calculating mucin bars. This is all the rough math before I actually put the document together. So yeah, algebra run. Yep, you know my MO. But anyway, back to the game. Let me get this off the screen. Booyah. Okay, there we go. Anyway, are you guys adults yet? Come on. Come on, man. I need adults. Why are you guys taking forever? Circuit overload. What? Uh-oh. What we got going on up here? Okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, that shouldn't be connected. This thing right here takes too much power on its own. Let's just put this somewhere. We'll tuck it. Yeah, we'll put it right there. Just to separate those circuits. That should work. There we go. And then I'll just come in here and fix this. There we go. Anyway, nothing to see there. Yeah, so I came back in here and I was kind of looking at this earlier, Rogax. I don't know if you got to see this. I was trying to see what was going on with this oxygen. I replaced these 2 tiles, but I think the rest of this is going to be okay. These tiles are trying to break, so I think I'm probably going to put those as airflows as well. But yeah, this thing's actually doing pretty well. So I think we're going to call this done for now. I think there's a couple things we could do, but as far as the room goes, I think it's about as optimized as it's going to get. Anyway, so yeah, just waiting on these guys to grow up. Matter of fact, maybe we should just save. We'll go to main menu, save and quit. And maybe we'll just load into another one. Yeah, sandbox spawn it for Slogo. I'm not sure how to do that. So I know how you can copy and paste it using the dev tools. So what I was going to do is just load a different game, try to find one. If my computer will work here. Let's see here. Let's do, I think there might have been some on Sabotage Sunday. Like I said, we're not going in to mess with anything. We're just trying to scrape a Slogo. So let's see here. Manic Monday. Maybe we have some over there. Yeah, I bet you there's one in here. Let's go here and see what's going on. Like I said, we're not playing. We're just gonna scrape one of these Slogos and then we'll dip. There's an adult Slogo. That's exactly what we were looking for. So let's mop all this off. Let's dig out the back tile. Actually, you know what? Back wall. Yes. Is there no back wall? What? Okay, well, let's just do this. Delete, select, what we'll call this, Slogo. Save. Let's go in here and make sure that we have him. We do. Let's spawn one just to make sure. Yep. Okay, cool. Now we can leave, but without saving. Rogak said select back wall, dig under tile on the right bottom. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that quick enough. But we do have the adult now, so we should be able to spawn a couple in now. I think what we'll do is we'll clear the floor of the babies, and then we'll just spawn a bunch of adults, and then we'll just get this thing wound up. But the cool thing is that I noticed that all of this stuff is, you can do this just like we did the other ones. And so really all I've done to modify this is change this to salt, change this to, you know, dirt and some of the other things that we're going to need, the Slogo shell and the meat. And then that's pretty much it. So, and I'm also thinking we can drown these guys. I would hope so. I have a feeling that the mucin is going to cause a problem. But the cool thing is if they excrete mucin while they're in here before they die, it should just overfill into here. I'm not sure. Hopefully the mucin is lighter than the water. I guess we'll see. But anyway, let's go ahead and clear the floor. And then we will spawn some of these Slogos. Rogax says, I don't think they drowned. I was kind of hoping they would, but I guess we're going to find out. Oh, actually, you know what? We can't do that. See, that's one problem with this is they can't get up here. So I may have to redesign this mechanism. You don't think they drowned? Yeah. All right, let me clear these guys out again. Whoops. Okay, let me give you a Slogo. Where's your Slogos? All right, let's put one in here. They move so slow. Boom, that's one. Come on, you can do it, buddy. Oh, here comes some help. The first grooming. I honestly don't think we need any of these mechanisms for this one. I think we can really simplify this a lot. Again, we're going to start with this just to kind of make a working concept. And then we can simplify all this because this ranch stack, all this automation is really not necessary for this. A lot of this is to sort these out if there's more than one being produced at a time. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to have to run 2 incubators. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, especially if 2 of them pop at the same time. It may lead to inaccurate restocking, but I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Anyway, let's keep spawning some of these guys. We're just going to keep spawning them until they start throwing some stuff off. Oh, look at that. So we already have a Slogo shell, and that we didn't have it before, so I need to go ahead and add it to the molt. There we go. Le molt. And I'm going to copy this to the other ones. That should be everything. We've already put meat and everything else on there, so it should be the molt, the meat, and the deer tay. Yeah. And the mucin should fall down here. Yep, there it goes. Sweet. Now, I think while we're waiting on this to oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. We need to keep spawning. Matter of fact, we can probably just spawn them in the ranches. We know that they're going to deliver, so there's no point in us sitting here watching them each get delivered one at a time. So we'll just do something like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we can just add until the door opens, right? All right. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is destroy these back tiles because we don't want them here. All right. Now we'll just let this run. And we might want to put ourselves another rancher. Do we have another rancher? Matter of fact, how are we doing on calories? Not good. Not good. Let's go ahead and give them some food so they don't die. What do we want to give them? Muckroot? Yeah, we'll give them muckroot. Muckroot for everyone! Yeah, I know. There's way better food, but we're just going to do this for now. Matter of fact, what I should do is I should copy pemmican because it never goes bad. And it's a decent amount of calories. All right, that should last them a while, okay? I don't want to hear about nobody being hungry, all right? Okay, farming? No, I think... Oh, critter version? No, we can't take that. I tell you what we will do. We'll control F to a dupe in here. Hey, Kai, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? Do our normal thing. I don't know why I never set this up. Okay, so Jim Carrey, you should be doing nothing but ranching. Meep, I'm gonna have you ranching as well. Kai, I mean, we're all gonna be ranchers, right? You're gonna be the cook. So you need to stay in the kitchen. Let's go to our skill points. Jim Carrey, you got ranching too. Meep. Rancher. Ranching too. Okay, there we go. All right, these guys should start taking care of... actually, you know what? We locked all these doors. We're going to let all these guys starve. All right, you guys need to come over here. Come on. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Why are these guys... What's going on here? Moderate wounds? Oh, that's right. They need to have a little bit of the mucin, right? In order to be okay? Yes? I don't remember. We definitely put a lot of it off though, right? Trying to figure out how these guys got hurt. Yes, they need a bit of mucin. Yeah, it's good to know. Maybe I'll put like a tile here or something. Maybe put a couple of tiles that they can keep some mucin on, maybe. Ah, you're saying that they have, Rogak says they have a moisture level. Okay. Moisture level, minus 100 per cycle, not in liquid, minus 30 per cycle. That's interesting. I'm wondering how other people are doing this. Looks like they have one tile that they have to pass through when they feed. That's what most people are doing. So I think what we can do is we can put a tile here, just right under the feeder. That way when they come to feed, they should have some mucin to... There you go. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, we fixed it. Look at that. I think that's perfect. I think this is going to help them not die. I guess we'll see. He did. That's okay, though. We know what to do. Is he recovering? He looks like he might be recovering, right? Severe wounds. No, I don't think he's going to recover. Oh, well. I see this guy's got a little damage going. I'm wondering if this is going to be enough. I mean, if it isn't, we can always add like one more tile. Maybe we'll have 2 tiles where they can just kind of chill. We'll see. We're just going to let it run. But thanks for that information. That's really good to know. Oh, I need to feed them too, don't I? Yeah, I might need to feed them. All right, let's feed them. I will do that with an auto sweeper. Actually, let's see where our input is. I can't remember. Actually, we don't even need this right here. We can actually just... Wait. No, we do need that. No, we don't. We need this to load this from here. To leave the Slogos, but I think we can get rid of this. Yeah, I think we can. And then what we'll do is we'll just come straight out. And this is going to be the input. This will be the other one. And we'll put a bridge over that. Okay. And then we'll put a loader. Yep. Salt only. We need power. Oh, you know what we do need? We're also going to need a sweeper to load it. Grab that here. Boom. And now we will come over here. I'm going to clear the floor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn salt. Oh, I need to paint. 3 over. Salt. Oh, we want to do 1,000 kilograms too. That might be helpful. All right. And I think if we hit delete and then G. Yeah, okay. All right. Fill these bad boys up. This may take a minute. We're going to send this. Just like that. We want that all to go to the kitchen. Not that we're going to do anything with it there, but we're just going to put it over there. Should be getting close to having these full. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking with some mucin. And I think we're doing okay. I don't see anybody else taking damage. I see this homeboy. He's still not doing very well, but it'll be all right. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, let's go ahead and start working on what we're going to do with this mucin. So I think we'll start with our pump. And in all honesty, I think, yeah, that'll be okay. I think this will be fine. We'll probably want to do something like, this isn't much. It's like almost nothing. This stuff is super thick though, isn't it? Okay, well, we'll do that for now. Now I want to send this to the kitchen. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just going to follow this because this is going to the kitchen. Actually, where do we want this to go? You know what? Actually, I'll put it right here. And the reason I'm putting it here is because I'm going to build a bottle thing. I don't know. I'm just messing around. This is really what I'm doing. We're just... Oh, actually, we need to leave it running. We'll put this to a... Actually, you know what? We'll put it to a tank. A buffer tank first. And then we'll do a bottle opener. I mean, a bottle filler, rather. Delete. Clear the floor. There we go. All right, that should get this working. I'm kind of curious how big of a packet this sends. Not much. Oh, wow, this is capped at... Oh, yeah, it's 10 kilograms, I guess. Not a whole lot, but... Yeah, that's going to be nice. I'm actually kind of curious about the mucin. What are the properties of mucin? No, that's not what we want. What do we want? Here we go. Specific heat capacity, 3. Thermal conductivity, 0.4. I think you see where I'm going with this. So if that's 3.45. Come on, give me the numbers. Okay, so this is still better. Okay, just curious. I was looking at the specific heat and the conductivity. This has got a little bit more conductivity, and it can hold more heat. As far as I know, that makes it a better coolant. I'm wondering if... Oh, okay, we don't have molts on here, do we? They should not stay in here. One thing we want to stay in here are the eggs, if we get any eggs. I'm assuming we're going to get some eggs. Let's see where they're at. Reproduction, they're still wild. I guess I could put another pump here. I don't think it's super necessary, but keep it dry down here. Keep it nice and dry. There we go. I mean, I guess we could put 3 across here. They should never all work at the same time, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't like all this wasted space over here. I have a feeling that once we get this kind of proof of concept, which I think we're getting close, we just need to figure out, we need to wait for eggs and kind of see how that's going to play itself out and see if we need to adjust anything. I think we do. We're going to have to adjust some things. And I want to see if we can kill them. And if we can't, how are we going to kill them? Rogak said, what about the little cat tower thing? I forget the name. Second line on the food research. Are you talking about the critter condo? The critter condo or the feeding station? The critter fountain? Or the critter condo? Yeah, the critter condo. Yeah, that's actually something that we could add in here too. I think that's... I don't think it's necessarily late game, but yeah, I think like I said, that's definitely something we'll work in, especially if it's advantageous. But in the meantime, we're just trying to get this as a proof of concept. Oh, looks like they're finally tamed. Why are they glum? Their needs aren't being met. Idle, ate from feeder. Oh, you haven't been groomed, that's why. Or are they all? No, he's happy. Looks like some of them haven't been groomed. I mean, they're producing. I will tell you that. Looks like we're going to go through the salt pretty quick, though. I think I need more ranchers. Honestly. Honestly. Who throws cupcakes? Honestly. For those who didn't know, that was an Austin Powers reference. Let's put some more buffer tanks. More buffers, more buffers. Not that we're going to use all these, but, you know, we're just kind of playing around right now. Waiting for our ranch to spool up. Clear floor. Do what we're... Have anything going on yet? Nope, not really. We could add one more to complete this ranch now that we figured out how we're supposed to manage these guys. Let's see what we have in our rooms. All right, come on. 7, 8, 8. Okay, let's add one more to this room. Delete. Deleted. Slogo. Or not. Deconstruct. Destroy. There we go. Select. Clear. Select none. All right. Actually, let me move my big old avatar head out the way here. So how was your day, Rogax? Hopefully it was good. Not too stressful. Looks like we have an egg. I guess we'll see what happens with this egg. Matter of fact, we could spawn one in here, but it would be a little difficult for me to do. Oh, that's so cool. You can kind of see it inside the egg. It's kind of creepy too. I guess we could start trying to figure out how we can optimize this. I think the way would be to push this room over and to leave the logic essentially the same, but allow one to pass through the door and then close it behind them. Because they obviously can't hop up like the hatches can. So instead of having that second chamber up here, it could just be right here. And then we could shift this over depending on whether we can drown them or not. Rogak said, a bit stressful. Boy's finally gone down for a nap. Wife got a larger than expected tax bill. Yikes. Yeah, that's not fun. Tax bills are no fun. Honestly, I mean, I guess it depends. If you're running a business and, you know, you pay your quarterly estimated taxes, that's one thing. But me personally, I work a job. I have some businesses, stuff like that. I used to do rental property, not so much anymore. But I always pride myself in trying to come out just even. Because the way I see it is that if Uncle Sam gives me a check at the end of the year, I gave him a free loan. And I don't like giving people free loans, especially people I don't know. But yeah, getting a bill, that's always tough, especially an unexpected bill. So I feel your pain, brother. We're going to need more salt before long. We just chewed up that salt like it was going out of style. Yikes. Slogo incubating. Oh, this is going to take forever, huh? Oh, we got a bunch of them in here now. Let's go. Okay, so we got one at 20%. We're going to watch this one. Rogax said, yeah, we think it was a large lump sum payment that we got taxed wrong. Yeah, that's always possible. Maybe don't they tax bonuses at a higher rate? It really depends on how your employer, or I guess I'm assuming it's a W-2 situation, but I guess don't bonuses get taxed more or something like that? Maybe they did something like that? I don't know. This is why I have a CPA and a tax attorney. I don't know these things. Orgak said, yep, her employer is the government. Oh, well, there's the problem. Go figure, yep. Exactly. Kind of let this thing just go to waste, huh? We didn't come up with some type of restocking. You know what? That's actually what we need to do this. I just thought of that. While we're waiting on this, we could probably go ahead and see what we can do about automating the replacement fish. So I guess we'll kind of task hop here for a little bit if you guys don't mind. So we have this. Oh, actually, no, this is going to work. We already solved this. What am I doing? This one is not solved. This one has no replacement. Rogak says she's a drug and alcohol detox nurse. I'm sure that's a pretty rough occupation, or at least position, having to deal with people who are recovering. But I mean, that's pretty noble of her. I mean, you know, there's some people out there that are really struggling, especially with addictions. All right, let's put a restock on this, and then we'll kind of come back and check on these Slogo eggs here in a minute, because we're still only at like 30%. Rogak said, she works on nights. I'm guessing that's what you meant. Never been assaulted, thankfully. Yeah, I've actually known some correctional officers, and they've told me some horror stories about nurses getting assaulted. I'm not sure if that's where your wife works. I'm just, you know, trying to compare apples to apples a little bit, I guess. Okay, so that one's good. We need to set up some kind of thing on this one as well. I think the way we're going to do that is to do the same thing we did over here. So we'll just move that door over one. We'll do this. We're going to have to get rid of this. I think that'll still keep our room size within spec. Yeah, okay. Very good. And then we just need to put another chute here. And then we're just going to have to... No, we don't want that. We want our shipping rail, please. I think what we'll do is we'll just come across and come up and then back. We'll do like this. We're going to cut this off. No, that's not going to work. Okay. We'll do that, and then we'll do two bridges. We'll do a bridge across here and a bridge across there. It might look a little sloppy, but it's going to be tight. One there, and then one going down. Down. Yes, down. Like so. And that should work. Oh, we're gonna have to put... Ooh, yikes. Okay. Maybe we should move that over. No, we can't move it over one, because then we won't have full coverage. Oh, we can just put a critter sensor right above it, because it's still in the room. Ah, that's duh. Okay, let's do that. Food. Where's the critter sensor? Oh, automation. Silly. You so silly. Critter sensor right above it. I think that'll work, right? Yeah, that'll work. Matter of fact, we could have put that critter sensor right above it too. Been a little bit more, little less material. It would have been one segment less. It's only 25 refined metal, but you know, 25 kilograms. But still, waste not, want not, right? Okay, so we'll set this on. We're gonna want, if this body of water is, how big is this body of water? Let me see here. 70. And so I think these guys need about 8 apiece. So yeah, this isn't quite big enough for what we're trying to do. Means we can put 8 in here, right? If I remember correctly. Calculator. Oh, calculator, where are you? Just making sure my math is correct. Yes. 8.75, so 8. 8 whole. So, below 8. There we go. All right, flop on over there, guys. We'll let them do that. And then we'll clear the floor once we get a couple of them in. Oh, we want to get this door open. My bad. All right, let's clear the floor again. There we go. All right, this should work. Let me get this off of here, and we'll auto this door. Yeah. Are they cramped? Of course they are. Well, I guess we're going to have to clear a couple more. Actually, let's go to our room overlay. Maybe not. There we go. They look happy now. Let's look at our room overlay. Critters 13. Okay, so we can have a little bit more than that. I forgot to look at the pool size. It's 112 divided by 8, which is 14. So we can have up to 14 critters in here. Okay, there we go. Trying to clear out the tank. There we go. Mucho mayor. Much better. Who's building? How is this thing taking damage? That's not good. Come on, buddy. Finish it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but we're gonna have to figure that out. We can't have these things breaking on us. Maybe it's because they're stacked. Maybe they really don't want you to stack them like this. Rogak said, you know the big metal toilets that get bolted to the wall? I mean, I kind of do. What's the context? Are we talking about, like, government buildings? Trying to figure out why this thing's taking damage. That's not cool. Property, status, overpressure. Like, how does this thing take damage? I need to know. Melting points, radiation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, are they crowded? Oh, no. Is this thing not working properly? Oh, it's not. We got a huge problem, Houston. We need ourselves another sweeper in here. That sweeper isn't covering the entire area. Oh, that's not good. So I could put one here. That's interesting. How can we fix that, though? So what I'm thinking is we could put a sweeper here. Maybe there? No, we can't put it there. We could put one here. Yeah, we need to put one here. Deconstruct that. No, I don't want that. So many sweepers! We may have to redesign this because we're obviously having some issue. Oh, we can't even reach the thing there. Okay, well, we're going to deconstruct these. Nope, it won't reach that either. Okay, deconstruct. You slide that over one. I'm not liking this at all. I feel like this whole thing's going to need to be redesigned now. This needs to go here. That one's good. This little ledge over here is the problem. I could probably make this work. Okay, how do we make this work? We're going to need that there, which means that we can turn that downward to be able to fit this in. We could turn that downward as well. No, I don't want to do that. I mean, that's interesting. You can do that, but I think it'll block this starnacle. So let's just do that. We're just picking up eggs with this, right? Deconstruct. Now, this is going to make the room too big, but that's okay. We'll fix it. This is a lot of extra sweepers. I hate doing this. I really do. What this is screaming to me right now is that our room layout is not efficient. It's not optimized. That's what I'm getting from the vibe I'm getting from this right now. Is that this thing is not optimized correctly. Let's go with an egg. Beacon? Yes. That should get these guys happy again as soon as those eggs get the heck out of here. There you go. That's what we're talking about. All right, now we got to get the room size correct. 100 tiles, so we got 4 that we need to shave off of this room. 1, 2, 3. Yes. And then we can do... Oh, this is going to work out beautifully. We'll take this critter sensor and we'll move it up here just like the other one. Copy and paste. Then deconstruct. We can get rid of both these wires and we'll sweep it. There we go. That should be good. Like a prison toilet, Rogue says. Yeah, I've seen them. This is outside of a stable. Oh, we still got one more block to go. That's right. Boom. Oh, don't you love that? That's very satisfying. Perfect. I was actually thinking about adding some of those, like the sound bites, just for fun. You guys can spend a couple of points on just to be fun on the chill streams. Rogak says she had a male... okay, you said like a prison toilet. Rogak said she had a male patient rip one of those off the wall. It was bolted into brick. Clean off. Yeah, I believe it. I would also imagine that if it's been there for many years, he probably wasn't the first person to loosen it. I mean, those things are pretty solid, or at least they would look so. But I'm sure repeated use and abuse, anything's liable to wear out and come off of a wall. Especially if one is so determined. But that's scary. I'm glad she's okay and nothing happened. Okay, I think this is okay. I want to know why that hydroponic tile broke. That kind of bothers me. Like, a lot. I think it has something to do with these little waterfalls. I think some of these tiles are just getting too much pressure. Let's look at the liquid. Yeah, you see some of this pressure? I'm not sure why that's happening. I think it's these little waterfalls that are causing that to happen. It's very weird. It makes me feel like maybe some of these should be airflow tiles? But now that we have the sweepers in here, there's no room for that. Yeah, some of these guys are going to starve. I mean, we can really only support a handful of what we have here. We don't need access to this critter thing. I was just thinking about that. We could actually block this off and put like an aquatic critter feeder here or something just to feed the rest of them. Because not only is this producing enough oxygen for 3, 6, 9 duplicants and also growing clams as fast as we can, it's also putting off meat. And if these guys all stay happy, yeah, he's starving. If these guys are all happy, they'll keep reproducing and we'll have more food than we know what to do with. Especially since we can hold so many of them in here. We can hold 18 of them in this tank. When they're at their maximum reproductivity, that's, I don't even know what that. When they're maximized for reproduction, we'll just say it that way. They'll put off about an egg per cycle. So if there's 18 of them, they should be able to roughly support 15 to 18 duplicants, I would imagine, which is insane. Just for this little old farm. But yeah, so let's figure out if we can feed these guys. Let's check back on this farm. See what we have here. See where we're at with our eggs. No, we want to see the eggs, buddy. 5. That's a lot of eggs, guys. I ain't gonna lie. 60%, 61. Okay, so 61%. We're over halfway there. This seems to be working again, which is very nice. 14, how many do we have? 13. Very nice, very nice. You could actually put some clam palms over here. This could be like an early starter farm, you know what I mean? Yeah, put some clam palms in there, huh? I think I have those seeds somewhere. Let's see if I have them. I do. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, that's what I was looking for. Delete. I think this is a great little starter farm right here. I think I'm going to start building this. Rogak said omelets. Oh, you talking about the eggs? Yeah, you're right. We could make omelets out of the eggs. I didn't even think about that. Slogo eggs. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's actually a really good point. And I think that is definitely low-hanging fruit here, especially if you're just starting to set this up and you're in need of food. But what I want to do is I want to try to set this up to where everything is automated. That's kind of where we're at now. I think this ranch is working just fine. Now I just want to see the delivery work, and I also want to see if they drown. I think you're probably right. I don't doubt you at all. Jesus, look at all these eggs. But I want to see it. And once I see that it doesn't work, 72%, we're getting there. 74. Rogak said, escargot, never tried it. Me either. I've had a lot of different things. I've had frog legs. I've had, what? Wait, what? It's flooding that. Well, that's good to know now rather than later. So I think what we can do is we can just move it over one. I don't think that'll be a problem. That way this building will never get flooded. All right, you guys need to start, putting juice on this. I don't know, maybe we need 2. I guess we'll see here in a minute. We'll let this keep running for a minute. Oh, he already put some there. I'm sure somebody's going to put some mucin on there, right? There's some. Well, I think it'll be fine. 88%, not bad. It's not even... Oh, it's not getting lullabied because I don't have it turned on. Okay. Well, that would be a good thing, right? If I could turn that on, let's do that. We want it to be green for like 70, and then we'll do 600 off. Because that's how long the lullaby buff lasts, is 600 seconds exactly, 1 cycle. And then we'll tie this back in. I think I had an AND gate on this before. Let me grab an AND gate real quick. Booyah. Actually, no. I don't think I did. Deconstruct. What did I have on this? I had something on this. I think it was an OR gate. Maybe it was an OR gate. I can come over here and look. Yeah, it was an AND gate. But it was in a different orientation. It was in this orientation right here. It's like this. So if the timer's up and we want hatches, this will turn on. Or if a duplicate comes in here and activates the light, it'll keep it on. That way, if they get here at the end of the 75 seconds, it'll keep the incubator on long enough for them to finish the lullaby. It's just in case things get a little wonky and the timing is just a little off. It'll extend the time. It'll also put the light on, which will give them the well-lit workspace, which will make the lullaby faster. And then you can also just put a second one in here, at least when I had the hatch ranch, and they'll both operate off this circuit. But in this particular configuration, I don't think we want more than one, at least not yet. I mean, we can add two. And now this should start lullabying. It should send a lullaby signal here. Let me clear the floor, and then we'll reset this. Where's this guy going? What's he going in there for? Oh, he's gonna try to get an egg. Let's. Let me see what the priority here is. Can you not see that? You can. Apparently they don't want to do that. Okay, whatever. All right, well, this is gonna need... Oh, it's not even on, right? Okay, it's because we don't need any right now. The ranches are full. That's why we're not getting a request for the incubation. My bad. All right, let's keep this going. I think this has been a pretty productive night so far. Not only do we have a working concept for the Slogo ranch going, but we also kind of fixed this, and we're working on this. This is almost done. We got to figure out why this tile kept taking damage. I'm really kind of curious about that. All these waterfalls do kind of concern me, though. I'm not super happy about that. I thought about putting airflow tiles here and here, but the only problem is it will reduce our tank size, and then maybe some of these as well. I'm actually kind of curious how the game calculates this, because you can see that as soon as it hits here, it just shoots to the top. I'm wondering if it looks up to see if there's hold on a second. I'm getting an emergency call. Give me just 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about this, guys. All right, just give me 1 second. I'm going to mute. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sent out a quick text just to let you know what's going on. It was my mother. She was calling me, and then my sister called me, and that's kind of unusual at this time of day because they know that I'm streaming. So I just wanted to check, make sure everything was okay. All right, where were we? All right. Yeah, so we actually did get quite a bit done. I'm kind of curious. I'm wondering how the game calculates that. I mean, because you see how that thing just stays there for a minute, and then all of a sudden it just, boom, disappears. It almost looks like it's coming from here, and it's teleporting to here. Now, I don't think that that's necessarily significant on its own, but I think that it's causing these waterfalls, which is causing this water to compact in a way that's causing tile damage. So this may not be a good long-term solution. I think it was Rogax and Luca were telling me the other day that they were talking about doing it kind of like stacked like in a slant or horizontally. That may be something we have to look at, but still, we won't be able to pack it in this tight. Like, this is what I love. I love making things very compact, very efficient. I mean, the only thing that I would definitely argue is that there are a lot of sweepers in here. I don't like how many sweepers there are. Oh, we got a baby snail. I'm gonna let him out. I think all of our farms are full right now. Yeah, they are. I'm gonna let him out, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this little baby Slogo here. Move. I'm gonna put him in here. I'm gonna make it like a big priority because I want to see what happens. No, I just want the baby Slogo. Give me the baby Slogo. I guess you can't drown them. I guess you're right, because they need fluid anyway. Oh, you know what we can do? We just solution ever. Just let this bad boy die out and die. I'm guessing they still drop the meat, right? Oh, if they die, they just produce mucin that way? Well, that's unfortunate. Well, he's gonna let off mucin anyway. That's the thing. He's gonna let off mucin. I mean, I guess we could put him in here and see what happens. We can put him back over here. Relocate to here. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to clear the floor on this guy. I think what I want to do is I want to let this guy die and see what happens. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Clear floor. Let's just see what happens with this guy. Yeah, he's not happy. Oh, he got delivered. I forgot about that. I'm stupid. All right, well, whoops. Guess I'll have to wait for another baby. Oh, there's another baby. Remove. Relocate to here. We'll let that one get delivered, then we'll bring him over here. Cancel. We at max speed? Yeah, we are. So, I guess what you're saying, Rogax, is if they die like that, they'll produce mucin? Rogax said, only thing I could think of is the first tile lock that freezes them out of the temp range. Oh, that's a possibility. We could direct them into a chiller or something like that, or a heater, or you know, a boiler room. What is their temperature needs? 5 to 75, but negative 20 is where they, in 100. Okay. Well, I don't want to really heat something up to 100 per se. I mean, we could just dump them. We could dump the eggs into an aquatuner steam turbine. And then once they hatch, we could have it set up to where it would remove them. But that would require an extra bit of steel. But the beauty in that is that you wouldn't have to design any additional systems. You could use something that's already existing to accomplish what we're trying to do. So we do have a steam turbine down here. We could pipe them over here and see what happens. What do you think about that, Rogax? Oh, you got to freeze them. Okay, yeah. Okay, got you. So you have to freeze them. Well, that's not too bad. I think what we could do is I could take this steam turbine setup right here, copy it, and then we could put one over there. Do like that. We'll do steam turbine. Actually, all right, back. Did it not save? Where did it go? Did I just miss it? Maybe it's the character in that. It won't let me save it. Steam-Aqua. Yeah, that's what it was. Apparently you can't use a backslash, which would probably be just this bridge. Put some super coolant in here. What is this? Why are you not? Oh, that's why. Super coolant. There we go. And I want to make sure that this aquatuna is turned off, because if it's not, well, it'll run and then it'll be backed up and it won't circulate. Circulate. Okay, that's what we needed. Deconstruct. There we go. Now, what I want to do here is I want to grab some of this pipe. I'm actually just going to do something like this. Let me see here. What can we do? I know this is super janky, so I get it. It's not meant to be pretty. It's just meant to be functional. This way. This way. And let's put ourselves a radiant pipe here. And I think what we can do here is we can deconstruct this. And since we have some lovely new tiles, we can come over here and grab them. We can grab this. And then we can grab this. Just like that. And then we'll set this to, like, I don't know, like negative 20? Or does it need to be more than that? Negative, well, yeah, we'll start with negative 30. Oh, we're gonna have to hook that up, aren't we? Re-hook it up. Oh, we're going to need to hook up the loop. That's right. Oh, my bad. I'm silly. Let's go ahead and put another bridge in there. I mean, fill up the loop. That's what I meant. Not hook. Fill. Let's fill the loop first. All right. Loop is filled. All right, let's move this guy. No, I want you, Slogo. Let's move him to here. And then we'll start looking at this temperature. Oh, wait. We gotta hook this back up, don't we? There we go. Now we're cooking with some super coolant. Rogak said you can use your freezer. I think they die before becoming an adult, producing nothing. I still think cracking the excess eggs could be the best bet and making omelets. I think you're right. I really do. I'm definitely not doubting you on that. Like I said, I'm just trying to see if I can create a mechanism to replenish the farms automatically. I'm trying to automate that. And also automate some of this other stuff. But this is a worthwhile experiment. If this doesn't work, definitely go on the egg route. Matter of fact, I'm wondering if that'd be more calories anyway. Let's actually see. So they produce 800 calories of meat. Let me find my pen. I'm working with some pens here. So 800 kilocalories of meat. I'm just going to do a rough calculation here. Barbecue. Let's go to meat, right? Actually, we can just click on there. So 3,200 equals 4,000. I guess we could just do that. So that'll be 800 divided by 3,200 times 4,000. If you get rid of the zeros, that's 800 times 40 divided by 32. Come on. Come on, brain. And so that means that 800 kilocalories turns into 1,000 kilocalories of barbecue. So that means each one of them turns into enough calories to feed one dupe if it's cooked. Ooh, there's an additional pemmican recipe? I didn't know that. Or am I thinking of something else? I don't know. Anyway, that was a bit of a squirrel. So, okay, so that we got that. Let's go the egg route. Actually, wait. Should probably go back to the Slogo, right? They produce an egg. Where's the egg? Is it not going to show the egg? No, it's not. Egg. Egg cracker. Basically, any egg. Slogo's probably going to be down at the bottom. There it is. No, beacon. That's a beacon. Where's that creepy little... There it is. Okay, so one unit turns into 800 kilocalories. And 800 kilocalories... Oh. Well, this changes everything. I think you're actually really on to something, Rogax. Because if you crack one egg... What does it say? It said... Oh, it said... One of those makes 800 kilocalories. Actually, wait. So... Divided by 1,600 times 2,800, drop the zeros. And I know you guys can't see what I'm doing here. I'm just doing some rough math on this. So 800 times 28 divided by 16 equals 1,400 calories. You actually get... And now, I would love to see somebody check my math on that. But if you take the meat and you cook it into barbecue, each Slogo that dies gives you 800 kilocalories of meat, which turns into 1,000 kilocalories of barbecue. Whereas if you take the egg, that egg turns into 800 kilocalories of the egg, and then that gets cooked into 1,400 kilocalories. So there's like a 40% increase or in the calorie output if you do the egg method. So I think you're exactly right. But that still doesn't solve the problem of replacement. I guess we really don't have to worry about that. We can have one or two of these up here. Actually, you know what? Okay. I already know what we're going to do. All of these, this chamber is no, we're done with this chamber. Let's see how we're going to do this. We need to get some of this coolant out of here. Yikes. Let's do this. I know the EPA would not like me for this. No, I was playing. Do. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. I am definitely not just pouring super coolant all over the place. Definitely not. Definitely not. Rogak said you can use a conveyor rail and chute that has a critter sensor that turns off when the replacement number is met, so excess bypass that chute. Yep, you're right. You're 100% right. So what we could do is we could just put a chute in this room, which means that we're going to have to do a redesign on this, but unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to have time to finish that tonight, but we're definitely going to put a pin in this for next week. This is going to be the first thing that we do next week if we don't finish this today. So yeah, I think this is a bit of a moot point. I think we can actually just get rid of all of this. Actually, let's bring out our dev tools again. We're just going to destroy everything. And then we'll just get out of here and we're going to just send it right on over. Actually, you know what? Deconstruct this. We can deconstruct this. Actually, wait. No. No, I don't think we're going to do that. And here's the reason why. Because we still need to make sure that these get loaded with eggs. So the only way we can make sure that there's an egg here, because we could put a chute here and just turn it off like you were saying, but the problem is that dirt and molts and those things are coming through here as well. Meat, and it would just drop that off until it did that. I think the more efficient, I think the more efficient way, actually the randomness of that would be more efficient on the power, because you'd have a chance of an egg dropping and then the sweeper wouldn't have to activate. But I think we're splitting hairs here. I think we leave it the way it was, but what we'll do is we'll put, I'm thinking through this. I'll do my best to think out loud. So what I'm thinking is that if everything ends up here, like we already had it, let me go back to our shipping stuff. If everything's here like we already had it, and then what we do is we go to our priorities and we do like this. And now what we do is we also add eggs to this. And my theory is that with the priority set up that way, if an egg comes out here, it's going to put it here first. And if this is already full, then the eggs will go here. That way, we're able to have our cake and eat it too. We're able to incubate an egg, but then also send the rest of them to the kitchen to be cracked. So it's really just going to depend. We're going to have to put a cracker over here, obviously. We'll deconstruct this. Put ourselves an egg. Where'd you go? Let's get a fancy... Oh, no, we'll use the regular one. Do that. Actually, deconstruct. I'm not happy with that. I'm going to put a fridge right on top of that power line. If I can find it. There it is. Let's grab that fridge. All edibles. Actually, wait. Let's not do that. Let's do... Oh, we won't be able to do that yet. Let's crack Am I missing it here? What the heck? Oh, there it is. Forever. All right. And then we'll do eggs in there once that's done. Let's see how this is going to work. I mean, this is kind of stupid, but... Let's do 6 degrees. That's probably... Yeah, it's all right. We could probably get rid of all this stuff. Yeah, no, we need to get... That's right. We can't use that door because the sweeper can't see through it. Not that we really need a door here because the Slogos can't go anywhere. So in all actuality, this door's probably kind of pointless. We're going to leave it there anyway. Let's go ahead and sweep the floor. I think we're getting close to having this in a point where we're good with it. Ah, I wish they could escape out of that. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. I guess... Oh, well, we don't have that set up to where it'll push it over there. Okay. Well, let's copy this. The next one should go in here. If it does, then we know that then we're doing it right. We're waiting for an egg. Come on, egg. Here it goes. There we go. Next egg should go here. Come on, eggs. Here it comes. Egg. Egg. Are you not going to put the egg in there? Wait. Oh, I guess he got an errand for it. Oh, that's not okay. We'll have to put it somewhere where they can't reach it. We don't want them doing errands. We don't want them doing the egg errands. I think that's why I didn't put it up there, is because a duplicate already was assigned the task. Rogex says use solid filter to filter out the dirt. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We can't filter it out. Are you talking about before it hits here? Because if I'm not mistaken, these all use about the same power. This is 120. What's the filter? Yeah, the filter uses 120, so either one is going to use power when it's activated. It's going to use the same amount of power. So I really think that we're just talking 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Plus, we'd have to find a spot to put that. And we still need this sweeper to put the eggs into this. I think this works. I think what we need to do is we just need to put this in here in a way that the dupe can't get to it. That way it never generates an errand that outranks the sweeper. Because we don't... I mean, we could reduce this egg cracker to like a priority of 1 and then put this at a priority of 2. Actually, you know what we could do? We can just put this at a higher priority than our egg cracker. And then I'm thinking theoretically it should never generate an errand for the duplicant. That's my theory. I think we should check that. So if we have this set at a 5 and we set this at like a 6, just for S and G here, let's see what happens the next time an egg pops up. Well, I mean, maybe not right away. I mean, we do have a lot of them. Still trying to figure out how this is going to work long term. Like I said, we may have to set up something to separate them, like, horizontally instead of vertically, like I have it here. Like this room, they can't get up here. Normally, a hatch would just jump up in here, and then it would separate them so one could be delivered at a time to ensure that we don't overstock any of the ranches. That was also why we reworked this door logic, because we don't want them to fall through if they get caught in this door. That's why this door only opens after this door has closed on something that walked into it. Well, I guess we're not getting any eggs. I mean, I guess we could spawn eggs. I could do that, right? Probably have to grab one and then copy it. Matter of fact, maybe we'll do that. Actually, let's grab the egg. It's going to put it into here. I already know it. Oh, let's not do that. I don't want it to do that. I'm going to cut this off for just a second. All right. Let's move this to here. And then I'll copy the egg. Hit sandbox, give you a spawner option bottom right. Here. Give me directions. Top left. Oh, I'm stupid. All right, well, you live and you learn. Oh my, there's where it went. Oh, I'm silly. Okay, let's do this. You're absolutely right. Okay, thank you for teaching me that. That's huge. I remember using this before. Apparently I didn't look up there to the left. Good thing it wasn't a snake, huh? Slogo. Slogo egg. All right. Wait a minute. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Where's he going with that egg? All right. Wow, I just lost track of what we were doing. What were we doing? Oh, we want to see if this thing will do the egg. That's right. Let's do that. Okay, so spawner, boom. Oh, we need to make sure this thing has power again. We'll put this back. I'm gonna copy this. We have a couple of eggs now. Okay, this should come on. So, okay, so here's my prediction. This thing's gonna come online. It's gonna put an egg here, and then the other egg's gonna go here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, this one. Oh, this thing outranks that on priority now. Oh, that's right. We messed up our priority hierarchy. Well, that just means that this has to be higher than that, which is kind of an interesting sequence of events, which means that this has to be the lowest priority of everything. Then this. This should be the highest. So if this is at a 6, that means this has to be at a 7. But you know what? That's okay, because if these need to be incubated, we want that done first anyway. I mean, our rancher should be coming here first anyways. So with that said, let's try this again. All right, let's do it again. 1, 2. Okay, first one's going to go here. Second one's going to go there. First one, second one. Okay. And he's still got an errand. He's still got an errand to come grab this friggin' egg. I don't like it at all. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to lock it. We're going to lock this door, and we're going to lock this door. He's probably still going to get to it. You watch. Oh, maybe not. He said, nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I might. You want to try it again? Let's try it one more time. Remove. Remove. All right, so I don't know which eggs it's going to grab, but it's going to put 2 in here, and then the rest are going to get shot over to here. And hopefully, we won't get an errand. Maybe for these. No? Oh, well, that's because I'm stupid. We forgot to reset them. Some days I'm so dumb. Incubate. Copy. Let's try this again. All right, first 2 are here, then the rest of them will go there. And hopefully no errands will be... Nope, I don't think so. I think we might be able to call that good. My man is going to town over here cooking the seafood. Put the omelets in here, right? Oh, he hasn't even finished one yet? Come on now. Eggs. Put the raw eggs in there. Priorities. Very nice, very nice. Omelet. Very nice. All right. Automation achieved. There we go. I actually think that's pretty good. I think that this is a little bit too much automation for what we're trying to do. So this is definitely something that we're going to simplify in the future. But I think this is working. I think it's safe to say this is working pretty well. What do you guys think? You guys have to tell me. This is kind of pointless. We really don't need this here. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. And last but not least, we don't need any of that. And then I want to clean all this crap up. Clear the floor. All right, cool. So it looks like some of this stuff is completely unnecessary. Mainly these doors and a couple of other things. So we need the automation for this. We don't need the automation for number 2. What I'll probably do is we'll probably build the room next Wednesday. We'll build the room, the delivery room, and then we'll build the logic around it. And I think it'll be a treat because, especially if you guys are into math and stuff like that, because what I'll do is I'll calculate all this stuff. Like I'll do a little bit of the homework just so you guys don't have to watch me do the boring stuff, like the calculations and stuff. But I will come in here and we will design this circuit live next Wednesday. That's definitely what we're going to do. We're going to pretty much get rid of this entire circuit, at least all of this, and we'll simplify it down into some type of delivery system for the Slogos in particular. But right now we have a working version. This is totally a working version. But like I said, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. There's also some optimizations I'm thinking about. We could put a light in here with a motion sensor to help the duplicates increase their speed, just like we did up here. I actually think that might be a thing. Let's see if we can make it a thing. All right, let's see if he's getting the... gotta get rid of that. Is he getting a well-lit workspace? Maybe not. Maybe that's why I never put that in here. Maybe it doesn't work for this one. I don't think it does. Rogak said, looks a bit complicated for my simple brain. Yeah, it's a bit over-engineered right now. The reason why it's over-engineered is because a lot of this logic is not going to be necessary. That's why it looks complicated. This was originally designed for the sole purpose of delivering hatches. And hatches can jump up into the second room. A lot of this automation is not only controlling the drop, but it's also controlling how they're getting separated from room to room. If you really want to deep dive on that, I do have the video, the Ultimate Hatch Ranch Guide, on the main channel on YouTube. You could check that out. Obviously, we did change a couple things here. This door got changed to a pneumatic. It used to be a mechanized airlock, but apparently in one of the latest quality of lives, or at least one since I built that ranch, Clay, I guess, decided to make creatures not path onto an open mechanized airlock. So, oops. Which kind of stinks because the mechanized airlock is great. Because when it closes, it used to drop stuff. But if it's closed, things won't drop through it. But things will drop through a pneumatic door. So basically, if a hatch was in here and it jumped up on here and got closed in this door, it'll fall out of this door, through this door, whether it's open or closed, and then hit this door. And if this door's open, it's going down. That's why we had to automate this door. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. Most of these doors are unnecessary. This is unnecessary. We can just put this... We could probably leave this here and just maybe put another tile here. Matter of fact, I'm kind of curious of that. Nope. I didn't think so. Well, that might need to stay a door then. But some of this can go away. Like that. We don't need that. This needs to be locked. That also means that we can take this automation off of it. Like so. Also means that bit 1 is not important anymore, which means we could delete bit 1 out of all of these. But like I said, we'd just kind of be chopping at it. We really need to sit down and actually design a solution rather than try to retrofit this one to fit our current needs. I think that would be way too much work, and it would be also very confusing. And it's not the process that I would approach this with. I would approach it with a clean slate. Start from scratch. I'd build the room first. That's my plan. Build the room first. And then, you know, come in here and build the logic around the room. So. But yeah. Very nice, very nice. Okay, well, I think we actually accomplished a lot tonight. We got a working concept going. We also kind of improved this a little bit by adding the restocking mechanism to it. And we also kind of toyed with this a little bit. Oops. Looks like our grooming station isn't below the water anymore. That's okay. You know what I was thinking is that it would probably be better if we did this. Just dropped it a little bit and then added it back in. Just like this. Actually, no, it's under stations, isn't it? Yes, it is. There we go. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, there's not back tiles. Okay. And then stations. There we go. Boom. There it is. That's better. I am kind of alarmed at how this water's starting to kind of go down a little bit. You look at that pressure. See, that's what's kind of concerning me about this setup. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Figure it out as we go. It's a little bit unfortunate, though. I really like this design. It's just... hopefully it's not going to crack these tiles anymore. But anyway, I think that's probably a great spot to transition. We ended up doing this. We ended up getting this done. What are we missing over here? Am I missing salt water? Oh, they need fertilized by something? Oh, they need sand. Oh, I didn't know they needed to be fertilized by sand. Well, I guess I learned something else. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, yeah, we got a working concept here. We kind of touched this up with a restock mechanism, and we kind of started optimizing this a little bit better. So I'd call that a very productive and successful night. So I think we can actually just save that. Save and quit. And yeah, we can just transition over here. So I'll be here for just a couple of minutes, guys. If you wanted to hang out and talk, stop in the VOD recording.